Hi and welcome back. We are going to do a quick tour of the Outlook window. This is the desktop version, so the full version of Microsoft Outlook installed. Now on the left hand side here we have what's called the folder pane. This would show all of the various folders that you have set up. Right now mine is very basic. I have not added anything. If I wanted to, I can just right click and then I have the option of creating a new folder. So for example, I could have one that's for bills, enter, and then there's the folder. And so I can literally drag and drop emails into that folder. So again, this is the folder pane. In the middle is our inbox. Now there are a lot of sorting features that we can apply to our messages. We can sort them right now, it's by date. So if we click this drop down, then we can instead select the from or the to, categories, the size of the email, the subject of the email type, if it has attachments or not, and then the importance. You can show as conversations. I caution on conversations, it literally groups all of your email from one topic into one line, which may seem very clean, but if you accidentally delete that one line, you're deleting possibly several emails. So just take caution if selecting this option. Show in groups, which is checked. And then there's settings if you want to view the settings for your overall look and feel of your inbox. So right now I have it sort by newest. If I click on it, it changes it to oldest. So keep that in mind and play with those options. You notice when I hover over messages, there's this little flag shows up. I can click it and that would mark it as priority. I'm flagging it and click it again and it will show complete. And then finally on the very right is what's called the reading pane. Some like the reading pane, some don't. I personally am not a big fan of the reading pane, so I always turn mine off. But by default it does show up. And if you have it on, you can have it either on the right hand side or the bottom. So to see how to change that, just click on view. And then see here how it says change view. Here's right now we're in compact. We can select single. We can select preview. So see, this is what I'm used to. Preview just shows you the first line of your email in a preview, but the reading pane is gone. And then you can also select to manage views, which would give you more modification options to your view setting. Here's where we can also select to show conversations. In many Microsoft Office programs in general, there's usually more than one way to accomplish a task. So we saw before how to get to show us conversations within our inbox window here, but you can also get to it within the menu along the top. We have our message preview on, showing one line. You can select 2 lines or 3. It'll just show more information, so you do have control over that. And whenever this popped up, it's asking if it wants me to apply it to all of my emails at this time. This shows how our emails are being arranged by. So default is date, newest on top, which makes sense, but you may want to sort it by who it's from, or who it's to, or by the categories that you've assigned it, or if it's flagged. So just know those can be sorted here as well. So just select the desired option. We can reverse the sort here, and we could add additional columns. So if you click add columns, here are the available columns, and here are the columns that we currently have. So when it's saying columns, it's talking about all these little fields right here. So maybe we want to see the CC as well. We can click on that here and click add, and it will show up at the top, and we can even change the order. So we can have from and CC together, for example, and then click OK, and see how it added the CC. So that's how you can control the columns in your inbox view. And then finally there's a to-do bar. The default is off, but you can turn it on if you have appointments in your calendar set up as well, then having the calendar view here, which is in the to-do bar, can be helpful. And so when you have that on, it will show up here on the right, and it will tell you whether or not you have anything scheduled for the day. Now, finally, for this specific tutorial video, I wanted to show you what the categories mean. So I'm in the inbox view. I went to home, and see here where there's tags. We can select that option and then hit categorize. And right now it shows blue, green, orange, etc. It just labels the categories for you. You can select all categories and you can actually rename these. So what I have done is if I'm involved in multiple projects like I usually am, then I'll start creating project categories. So this could be for schedule. This could be, so the blue is schedule. The green could be for, I'm going to click rename, teaching, and etc. So by doing that, you've given the category color a purpose versus just being orange category. Once you have renamed them, if desired, you can go ahead and click OK, or you can just go in and delete them if you want to delete them or create new if you don't have enough. And you could even create shortcuts. So let's say you're going to use this often and you want to, every time you hit Control F2 to assign it the green category. Well, look at that. How fancy is that, right? So once you have modified that, click OK. And then now, so for example, I'm on this message here. I can right click it, hit categorize, and look. Now instead of just saying blue category, green category, I can select what I had set up, and then in the categories column, it now shows that category. And all of these are sortable, so by clicking category, I can literally categorize all my emails based on the categories I assigned to them. That's it for the video on this topic. I look forward to working with you on future topics.